A closer look Akbar's policies. Akbar ordered one of his close friends and courtiers, Abdul Fazl, to write a history of his reign. Abdul Fazl wrote a three-volume history of Akbar's reign titled Akbarnama. Here we can say Akbar's 9 germs. Akbar's court was adorned or graced by a host of brilliant men known as 9 germs or Navaratnas. And one such Navaratna was Abdul Fazl. And Akbar ordered Abdul Fazl to write a history of his administration. And he wrote 3-volume history of Akbar's reign. And the book titled Akbarnama. The first volume dealt with Akbar's ancestors, and the second volume recorded the events of Akbar's reign. And the third volume is Aini Akbari. It deals with Akbar's administration, household, army, the revenue, and the geography of his empire. And it also provides rich details about the traditions and culture of the people living in India. And the most interesting aspect about the Aini Akbari is its rich statistical details about things as diverse as crops, yields, prices, wages, and revenues. And what about his policies? What are the main policies? Akbar's policies. Abdul Fazl explained that the empire was divided into provinces that were called Sofas, governed by Subedar, who carried out both political and military functions. And each province also had a financial officer or a diwan. For the maintenance of peace and order in his province, the Subedar was supported by other officers. The officers such as military paymaster called Bakshi, the minister in charge of religious and charitable patronage, Sadar, military commanders Fajudas, and the town police commander Kotwal. Okay, is it clear about these terms? The empire was divided into different provinces. What the name? The provinces were called Sufas, and that was governed by Subedar. And what about the main duty of Subedar, who carried out both political and military function? That condensed explanation is given in the textbook, NCERT textbook, page number 53. And each province also had a financial officer. The financial officer called a Diwan. For the maintenance of peace and order in his province, some officials are there. Which are they? The military paymaster called the Bakshi, the minister in charge of religious and charitable patronage, Sada, military commanders Vajudas, and the town police commander Kotwal. Then about his religious policy. Akbar was at Fatehpur Sikri during 1570s. He started discussions on religion with ulemas, the Muslim Pandit, and Brahmins, the Hindu Pandit, Jesuit priests who were Roman Catholics, and Zoroastrians. Okay, Akbar had a close contact, and he started discussions on religion with these ulemas, Brahmins, Jesuit priests, and Zoroastrians. And these discussions took place in the Ibdat Khana. All these discussions, religious discussions that took place in the Ibdat Khana. That was in Fatehpur Sikri. He built a prayer hall, Ibdat Khana, where he had a religious discussion with the teachers and saints of all religions. And their teachings created a division and disharmony amongst his subject. That was his findings. Akbar's interaction with the people of different faith made him realize that religious scholars who emphasized ritual and dogma were often bigots, and their teachings created a division and disharmony amongst his subjects. And this eventually led Akbar to the idea of sulfikul or universal peace. And he believed that all religions praise truth and that God is one. And the idea of tolerance did not discriminate between people of different religion in his realm. Instead, it focused on system of ethics and some values. Which are the values? Honesty, justice, peace. That was universally applicable. Akbar's religion. Akbar suggested a new religious faith, and he referred to as a Dil-Ilahi, the religion of one God. Every member was asked to talk to good to all. And Akbar idea of sulfikul. What was it? Sulfikul or universal peace. This idea of tolerance did not discriminate between the people of different religions. Instead, it focused on a system of ethics, honesty, justice, peace that was universally applicable. And Abdul Fazl helped Akbar in framing a vision of governance around this idea of sulfikul. This principle of governance was followed by Jahangir and Shah Jahan. Then comes the last part of the lesson, Mughal Empire in the 17th century and after. The Mughal Empire exercised a great deal of influence and power, but by the end of the 17th century, the authority of the Mughal Empire declined, and which gave rise to many independent provinces like Hyderabad and Oudh. And by the end of the 17th century, the authority of the Mughal Empire declined, and which gave rise to many independent provinces. The provinces such as Hyderabad and Oudh.